everybody. It's Butch Patrick here, and happy holidays to you all. It's been quite a year, and I can't. If I'm probably like everyone else. I can't wait for it to be over, but I still enjoy the holidays, and especially Christmas time, Thanksgiving. It's always been a big time in our household. My mom and my sister love to do the decorating. I've been very lucky that I don't have to do too much of it. My job is usually putting the lights up on the house, which is fine by me. But, giving thanks to everybody in Thanksgiving and then leading up to all the shopping and the holidays. And it's funny, the Christmas season per se has always, it's always lent itself to a special time for me. I guess as a kid, we really appreciate it because obviously we're getting the toys and the loot and all that kind of stuff. But as you grow older, and you see the kids, it's all about the kids, let's face it. It always has been, always will be. But the adults seem to have a good time too. And for me, it's funny. I used to always look forward to Christmas for the parties. And some of you may know, I just achieved a sort of a milestone in my life of a 10-year sobriety decade. So for 10 years, I've been clean and sober off of everything. And the good news about that is aside from just the obvious, is you get to really enjoy the holidays and remember everything about them. So that's what I'll be enjoying, my 10th Christmas now, sober. Couple of funny stories in my life that I'd like to share with you about what happened around Christmas time. One is within the business, and one's, well, I guess they're both related to business. One is very funny. When I was a kid actor, I didn't really brag too much to anybody or to let people know about what I was up to and what I was doing. But I had missed the Beatles when they came to the Munster set, and that was a big, for a kid, that was a big blow. I didn't dwell upon it too much, but it was kind of a bummer. But a couple of years later, year and a half later, I think I actually made up for it in a way that even has turned out to be something maybe even better than the Beatles, because I actually got to work with this particular group of guys, and they were called the Monkees. And the Monkees in 1967 and 68 were like really big to do. They were like on television. Their music was everywhere. They were touring constantly. They were all the rage. They were the bomb, as the kids like to say. And I went up for an interview to I can't remember. I think it might have been Columbia. I can't remember the studio. Screen Gems, Columbia, one of the two. And my agent goes, "Would you like to go up and audition for an episode of the Monkees? And it's going to be their Christmas episode." And I go, "Ooh, Christmas episode of the Monkees." I go, "Absolutely." So I normally wouldn't really go out of my way and prepare any differently for an interview, because I just, I did what I did. It seemed to work pretty well, and I played myself, and everybody seemed to like, and I got hired quite often. But for this particular one, I was on my best behavior because I really wanted this part. So I went up, and it came down between me and this other kid. Can't even remember what his name was. If I remember correctly, I won't even get into names. But anyway, it was me and this other guy, and we went back for another reading a day or two later, and I wound up getting the part. So lo and behold, Beatles Who, I forgot all about my little Beatle memory of being bummed out, but I was going to spend a week with Peter, Mickey, Davey, and Mike, and the whole cast of and the crew of the Munsters. I mean, of the Munsters, of the Monkees. I remember that really vividly. The neat part about it was the episode that was called, it's just called the Monkees Christmas episode, but I played a character called Melvin Vandersnoot, and I was a little rich kid who was, the premise of the episode was I was disenchanted with the whole Christmas atmosphere, and they were hired to babysit me by my rich aunt who was going away for a cruise and then leave me at home. So as I get this part and I go up to the studio, the neat part about it was a pretty meaty part, because I was in almost every scene with the Monkees, with all of them, depending it was, and they all, the way that the show, if you've ever seen the Monkees, they're always in every scene together. It's kind of a group thing, ensemble cast. And I played this rich kid that they were hired to babysit. So for 3 days, I was coming home with monkey memories and sharing my experiences with the world. And there was really no better week, I don't think, for working a gig in my career. I did a lot of interesting episodes. I did a lot of cool movies, but I think for this particular week, the Monkees Christmas episode, although we were shooting, I believe it was in October. It was, they shoot beforehand. It's obviously they need some time to edit, but it was still Christmas to me early by being able to have the memory of working with these guys. And to this day, I'm still friends with Mickey. I was always friends with Davey and Peter, and Mike not so much because he kind of went off and did his own thing. But I was friends with the other three, and unfortunately, obviously, we've lost Davey and Peter. But Mickey is still on the road, and we cross paths quite often. A good friend of mine, Jody, runs the Monkees fan group, and I kind of I'd like to think I kind of helped her into that role because I introduced her and put her on the phone with Mickey, and I put her on the phone with Davey, and I really because I knew she was a huge Monkees fan. So if you get a chance to watch the Monkees Christmas episode, you should take a peek at it because it's actually pretty good, and I'm very proud of the part, and it was a lot of fun, and it was a good time for everybody.